This will not make you Instagram famous.
Wait, his hands were
Focus right here, watch. Go ahead, check it. You can actually bend it more. So if like you were to just think,
here. No way.
If you were to think right here, watch.
See that? What the fuck's that going on? Good play, man. That's fucking brilliant.
No. Like even if you were to
I will
if you look right here, watch.
Wait, Mister! Are you fucking watching it? Dude, what the fuck? What are you? Sir, what are you? You're a wizard, Harry. Oh my god, Harry! You're Harry Potter!
And you know exactly what you chose, right? Promise. You're not gonna do it. Open your hands. This is like
Seen one of these before? Yeah, this is the Chinese finger torture, stainless steel version. I'm stuck, I can't get out. I'm free. Actually, this is called a jigger. It's used for, normally, behind a bar, dispensing alcoholic beverages, and I'm going to be using it today in an impromptu sobriety test. In order to pass the sobriety test, you simply need to follow the little green olive. Now, I may place it here, hide it underneath the jigger, or I may place it here in my hand and put it in my pocket. Where, for instance, would you say the olive is now? Remember just a second ago, 3-4 seconds ago, I showed you the olive going in my pocket? Okay, this is going to get harder before it gets easier. All right, so follow the olive as it goes into my pocket. Forget about the jigger, because the olive can't, if you're sober, appear underneath the jigger, right? So follow the olive as it goes to my pocket. No amount of snapping has anything to do with getting the olive to appear from my hand, then eventually from my pocket underneath the jigger, because you saw me put it here in my hand and eventually in my pocket. So if I snap, it cannot appear underneath the jigger, unless, of course, you're completely inebriated, or you don't know the phony baloney magic explanation, which is this. See, I'm not actually placing the olive in this hand. I make it look like I'm putting the olive away, but nothing goes in there. See, then by using proper magic technique, I cleverly palm the olive. You don't notice me sneaking it underneath the jigger. If you're buying any of this, it's probably time for you to put a cork in it. You know why I'm concerned that you might, at this point, be seeing double. Shall we get our table? Table for two, please.
What's your name?
Oz Perlman.
Oz Perlman. How do you spell Oz?
O-Z.
O-Z, that's your real name.
Can you believe it? Israeli name. That's what they named me.
Well, here you are. What do you do?
I'm a mentalist.
A mental. Well, I'm mental. You're lucky.
Yeah, me too.
Were you always a mentalist for a living, or did you do something before?
I actually worked on Wall Street, and yes, left the steady paycheck to do this.
What's the goal? You want to get a big show of your own?
Vegas. Bring me to Vegas. Let's do it.
I can't wait to see what you do, Oz. I wish you a lot of luck.
You got it. Well, I was hoping to amaze the judges a little bit, get inside your heads. Heidi.
Yes.
Can I come over? I want to come closer.
Come on
As if there's
over.
any reason not to get closer to Heidi Klum. Are you kidding me?
Do it.
The lovely Heidi. Howie, I need your help.
Okay.
Think of a number less than 100. Heidi, whatever number you want. Have you got something in mind?
Yes.
How long have you known Heidi?
8 years.
8 years. Any idea what she's going to pick?
I don't.
Me neither. All right. Yeah, let's go with this. Grab the pen for me.
Okay.
8 years he's known you. How do you think I did here, Howie? Tell us, what did you end up thinking of? Tell me and Howie, what was that number?
57.
Tell her, please. You saw, right? Tell her what I wrote.
He wrote down 57.
Wow.
Let me try this with. Where's that? Is that from home? Is that one of yours from home, or did you? Yeah. Actually, no one's touched it. That is definitely your bulb. Actually, what's your name? Michael. Michael. Yeah. Would you head up with me? Thank you, Michael. Give Michael a hand. Michael, if you can put yourself there. Thank you, Michael. And I'm going to ask you, can you initial that sort of metal base of the bulb, and on both sides as well, just so you can keep your eye on that, and you'll know that it will remain your bulb throughout. These metal bases on light bulbs, sadly, are not magnetic, so my special bra won't do me any good today. Which you're wearing it anyway, just in case. But thank you. Pop that there. So, Michael, if you sort of forget about all the kind of fake psychics and charlatans, the fact is we're hardwired to convince ourselves of these kind of beliefs. The moment you start to entertain the idea of a psychic belief, then instead of laying dormant on the table like your bulb here, it starts to gain its own momentum. Then we start looking for evidence that backs up what we already believe, and that makes us just believe it even more. And that's what we call a circular belief. Please, check it. There's nothing attached. Pick it up, have a look at it. Yeah? Okay. Now, if you hold it in... Actually, hold both hands out. If you take it... just so you can hold the base of it like that. Okay. Just up like that. That's great. What happens is, eventually, you end up sort of taking hold of this belief. It becomes part of your values. It sort of becomes your thing. And it means that instead of sort of worrying about, oh, is this all there is to life, you can end up taking a deep breath in and letting this belief in rubbish become your guiding light. Become something that you want to share with everybody else, regardless of whether or not they want to hear about it. And I think it takes real guts, Michael, to be able to take that belief and to be able to sit back and kind of look at it from a different perspective. Something you can look at that you can even isolate. Actually, can you open the bag up for me? Thank you. Drop that in there. Thank you. Like that. So you can isolate the belief and you can look at it in isolation. You can kind of contain it and study it and think to yourself, is that something that has any basis in reality at all? And if not, should I be making major life decisions based on it? And you can get really close up to it and examine it and question it and question it. And if you're brave enough, maybe you can just let it go. With a big bang. Alakazam. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
So, if you would, now I'm going to just recap here. I did ask you to come up with a 2-digit number.
Yes, you did.
Between 25 and 100.
Yes, you did.
And nobody did see this number. Is that correct?
That's correct. No one has.
I'm glad. I'm going to tear this up right in front of you so nobody else is going to know. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to need your hands for this. Just like this. Perfect. Now, there's 3 reasons why I'm going to hold your hands.
Okay.
First reason is you have a fabulous manicure.
Well, thank you.
Second reason is I'm actually feeling the little micro twitches in your pulse right now.
Yep.
And the third reason is I just wanted to hold your hands.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So now I just want you to concentrate on your number for me, okay? Concentrate. That was pretty hot. All right.
You want to see Scary?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's spook him out. Let's get him.
I mean, was that not spooky enough?
No, that's worse, man.
I'll show you something I learned in my travels. Hold out your hands, palm down. And I want you lower one of them. You choose what, and relax it at your side or in your lap. That hand that you chose, left up, make a fist. I'm going to draw an X on my hand.
Don't punch Diamond Jim, Jason Derulo.
Please, yeah, I've got shows tonight. All right. And that's
There he
permanent.
is.
That ain't coming off. That Sharpie marker on my hand, that X.
Right. You saw him right on his hand, right, Jason?
Yeah, yeah.
Watch right before your eyes. I can pull it right out of my skin. Make it vanish.
What the hell?
Now,
That's
here's
not
what's
it.
interesting. Sometimes things come back. Now, remember how you chose a hand and you closed your hand? You chose which one. I never touched. You want to show them? Look.
Open your hand, Jason.
Open your hand, Jay.
Open your hand.
Open it,
man.
dog.
I ain't opening my hand.
Open up your hand. Open it, Jason.
Nah.
Yeah. He's the devil.
When I perform magic for people, I like it to appear spontaneous and impromptu. I don't want people thinking I just got back from a magic store. So when I can reach into my pocket, pull out my keys, and do something amazing, I think that's pretty cool. One of the classic effects in magic is to take an object, in this case a borrowed object, and destroy the object, alter it, do something to it, and then magically restore it, and then finally hand that object back to the spectator so they can keep it.
Check out that key.
I have no real complaints about any of the pen through bill gizmos that are out there. This one I like because you're just doing the trick instantly, and you're just instantly tearing it out and handing it right to them, instantly showing them both sides of the bill, instantly giving them back everything. I think it's perfect.
Okay, watch. So you can see it. Not yet. Go ahead and check out that bill. And if I blow, the bill's restored. Go ahead and check it out.
Oh my God! Where's the real dollar? Where is it? You have it.
Right in your real hand.
I don't know. I'm just wondering where the real dollar is. I didn't get it. Like, where is it? This is not fair. That's pretty sweet. She thinks it's really sweet.
You know the trick where a guy vanishes, then he reappears somewhere? Did you see that? Watch. I want you to squeeze tight so nothing comes in, nothing comes out. The moment I blow like this, it literally vanishes. Open your hands.
How did you do that?
I'm Asian and I love Alibaba. They have these super turbochargers. All you do is plug it in and literally in under 30 seconds, this thing just charges. That's one of the great things. The other thing is 5-star reviews. Hi guys, I'm Rodney Reyes and today we are taking a look at this product, which is Smokescreen. The title card has Smokescreen. Behind there is the actual instructions. I really like that. This is the actual device. I'm gonna show you this real quick. My hands are really small. I can tell that this gimmick fits snug into the palm of my hand, so we'll talk more about that. Comes with the fluid right here. That's a lot of fluid. The USB and a couple of tools like an extra wick and a tool for that. I'm loving it so far. So I'm gonna take a look and open up Smokescreen. Look at it. This is amazing because I can tell there is a reservoir right here that has the wick. Behind here, there's a USB charge. And right here is an on-off switch. When I turn it on like this, blue LED light signals that it's on. And I'm assuming this is the trigger. Oh, that's beautiful, that's great. The smoke comes out and it's not like this crazy billowing smoke. It looks like the type of smoke that really accentuates your magic. I like practical effects and I know if I'm gonna use something practical, it's gonna be in my repertoire. This right off the bat, I could tell is a practical gimmick. This also has a metal plate. That means the metal plate is good with a magnet. You can press a magnet against there. That's cool. You know what? I can actually just think about ways to ditch this by utilizing a magnet to come in and out of play. This feels phenomenal because it's so small. I can hide it and conceal it into pretty much any object that I can place right on top of the gimmick. And then when I'm done, I just toss it in my pocket. Boom. It's not these large tubings, so I feel literally free. The reason why I would use this is because I literally feel that this is not too cumbersome in my pocket. I'm always worried about how many gimmicks am I holding, and right off the bat, how many of these gimmicks take up enough of my pocket space where I have to think, well, which one of these gimmicks should I worry about bringing to a gig? I'm a fan of this. Really love the easy aspect of just putting it in and out of play. But I want to ask you something. I want to ask you one question. If you had this in your hands, what would you create?
gave me in a second. I'm going to place it into my hand. However, I want to see both your hands. This goes right inside here. If you watch really closely, watch 1, 2, now, and literally, it vanishes. Just keychain and all that keychain.
This is the magic. Now on the count of 3, we're going to complete a circuit of electricity, a circuit of completion, okay? On the count of 3, I want you to touch, but don't look at your fingers, I want you to look right at the bulb and watch it light, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Man, why you do that?
Just like that. Watch. Bring it in towards mine. Very slow, very slow. And touch my finger. Very slow. Watch this. And that's right. You see the corner in there?
Do that again, man. Can you do it again?
Watch.
Ooh.
Can you see it in there? Look, I don't even want to touch. Look. You can actually get your quarter out of there. Make sure it's.
Oh, the quarter's in here?
It's inside the bag.
Yeah.
Look.